well, without further ado, it's time to get this event started. Sion Outnam Sokaris, visitor from the Atlas Institute who personally unraveled the route of destruction. Your condition for making use of the Wandering at Sea in the year 2019 is as follows. In exchange for the newly issued 8th Atlas contract, we permit your stay in the Wandering Sea for the period of 1 virtual year on this bleached Earth. The deadline you specified is soon approaching. I trust the future remains the same. Apologies. That is correct. I do not require any fixes or revisions. Please, just keep the contract as it is. All I ask from those of you in charge of the Wandering Sea is that you continue to watch over Chaldea as they pursue their mission. Very well. Everyone here at the Wandering Sea Baldanders recognizes your genius in their own way. Selin, Gate of Preservation, honors your mind. Gane, Gate of Rebirth, is sympathetic to your actions. Ellen, Gate of Advancement, derides your losses. Guenyin, Gate of Storage, empathizes with your mission. And Fushiruka, Gate of Subordination, despises you as much as ever. Out of respect for the Atlas Institute, we of the Wandering Sea will turn a blind eye to this security organization. So, the Wandering Sea is somehow... Even though we're at the Wandering Sea, they're still here. Well, the Wandering Sea, if memory serves, is like on a different layer of the planet, if I can remember way back to when we first came here. So I guess that makes sense. Glad we're done with that. Well, that was a surprise. To think the mysterious call would be from the Wandering Sea's top brass. I did not expect them to contact me. That was from Gane, the Gate of Rebirth. Gane, huh? If I recall correctly, he was a mage from the Clock Tower who apprenticed himself to the Wandering Sea in the year 1000. 1000, huh? Did the other gates choose him to be my point of contact because he is from a relatively modern era? Or are they simply low on personnel? Oh well, I can worry about that later. Right now, I need to get to work. Trismegestius 2. Halt catastrophe automation. Tell me about the current existential threat. Ah, there we go. I see you really have nailed the data down this time. You gave me the exact coordinates for the Singularity, and you even know exactly what the threat is. Perfect job. Oh, so the Singularity first spawned in January 2019, but its inception point is 1908. It started out as a minute singularity, but quickly expanded in size over this past year. Or rather, over these last few days. So it is just like a lost belt then. It must have undergone a nearly 100 years worth of development in an instant. And if we don't do something to stop it, it will transform all of Eurasia and devolve humanity into lower animals. Yikes, that sounds appalling. Humanity has faced many existential threats before, but cases in which humanity is knocked off the apex of the animal kingdom are rare indeed. I suppose I must hand it to Beast the Fourth. She certainly lives up to the monkey evil of humanity. Okay then, we'll just have to compose our response. Trismegestius 2, send this message to Chaldea's leaders and mark it urgent. Immature beast activity detected. Please begin the mission to subdue it within 24 hours. We anticipate the battle will take place in an unusual environment, much like the recent British Lost Belt. Also, since Chaldea Base is in the middle of significant end-of-year renovations, ray shifts and zero seals are not an option. Therefore, you'll need to take the Stormboarder, the Singularity in question. All Chaldea staff, please make preparations to board the Stormboarder ASAP. Your target is Chaldea's arch enemy, the immature beast known as Tamamo Vich Koyanskya. There we go, so that is where Koyan was hiding out after escaping Britain. Excuse me. I'm sure she didn't plan on revealing her nest until the conflict between Chaldea and the foreign god had settled. But it seems the actions she took in the British Lost Belt forced her to show her hand prematurely. That being said, she still is a powerful enemy. I expect Chaldea will need luck to be very much in its favor to come out on top here. Still, if they're going to concentrate their resources on combating the foreign god, this is not a battle that can be simply avoided or postponed. Good luck, everyone. All I can do now is trust in you and hope for the best. Though, of course, I already know exactly how things will turn out thanks to Trismegistus II. No matter how valiantly they fight, Chaldea is doomed to be total annihilation. All my work in this past year will have been for nothing. Wait, scratch that last bit. I absolutely cannot share that part of the prediction with them. Well, sounds like we're gonna be breaking destiny again. Anti-primate biosphere, Tunguska Sanctuary. Yeah, we're just gonna prove Trismegistus II and Sion wrong. We're gonna break fate over our knees. Whoa. Okay, that's pretty cool. So we're actually outside. Wow, Koyan has herself a cozy little place there. Except for the very middle, which looks like a desolate wasteland. But, I mean, it's still better than outside. Alright, so Section 1, Beyond the Walls of the World. No battles in this very first section. Light. Light filled my entire field of vision. Light, light, light everywhere. In an instant, pure white light enveloped both myself and the nearby trees. It was the first time in my life something like this ever happened. I had never experienced anything else like it. The flash of light was so brilliant that I couldn't even close my eyes. There were signs leading up to it, of the countless different species that live in the woods. The birds, presumably the first to notice something was amiss, thanks to their sharp senses, all took flight at once. I wonder if they managed to escape. I know we won't. It's too late for us now. There's nowhere for us to run. This light will envelop every last living thing that dwells in these woods. At first, it felt like the light had just stolen our sight in an instant, but I was wrong. The truth is, the light took everything from us. Our bodies and our lives. We had no time to react, not even to scream. All we could do was wait to die. Light, light, and more light. Pure power pouring down from the sky in an instant. A raging, terrifying storm with neither reason nor emotion, far too strong to even think of fighting. Ah, light, you remind me of nothing so much as... Yes, that's right. Nothing so much as... man's fire. Koyan's first memory? Still no battle. So she remembers light. But she must have survived this light. And given that she's in Tunguska, I'm guessing it's the Tunguska explosion. Or whatever it's called. That is her origin. Because 1908, that does sound about right. Our target point is 60 degrees, 50... north... 60 degrees, 50 feet north. 101 degrees, 50 feet east. I don't know. That's how I understand those things to be. Now approaching the skies over the old forest of Tunguska. I mean, to be fair, I've never really been into coordinates or anything like that, so... We're keeping a close eye on Tomomovich's magical energy. At the moment, the target shows no signs of moving from the forest area upstream from the Old Tunguska River. For the time being, we're calling the area the Old Tunguska Forest. The Stormboarder is flying straight as a marlin, and will soon be entering its airspace. I know we covered the operation plenty back at Caldea Base, but let's go over it one more time for good measure. Our destination is the Old Tunguska Forest, located in Siberia. Our objective is the elimination of the immature beast here, an alter ego who calls herself Tamovich Koyanskya. Once the Stormboarder has arrived at our destination via the shortest possible route, we will descend to the site we're calling Point X, where Koyan's magical energy signal is originating. On reaching our destination, we will bring all the force we have at our disposal to bear against Koyan. If all goes according to plan, we should be able to complete the operation in record time. However, if Sion's warning is accurate, then we should expect the environment of our destination to be special in some way. There is no telling what might await us. All hands, be prepared for anything. Hey, Jigster, welcome to the stream. How be things, how be things? Pushing up the Punchin' Santa? Punching Santa? Oh man, you're really pushing him up? Punching Santa is currently going to be... Is he going to be stopping at 2 or is he going to go 3? All out Punching Santa, indeed. Punching Santa will be ascending to the very top of the list. Hoorah. But how be things, Jigster? How be things? Aye, aye, Captain. Let me say this one more time as well. While this operation's objective remains the elimination of Beast the Fourth, aka Koyan, that is not all there is to it. I'm doing really good. I got both of the new servants available in the event, and I'm looking forward to reading the story because Koyan has always been an interesting character, in my opinion, so I look forward to getting more of her story. I know a lot of people weren't apparently happy with this when it first released in JP, but, I mean, I will reserve my judgment on that until I've done it myself. I trust you know what we're talking about, Soul. This operation is also test case for our infiltration of the 7th Lost Belt. Right, an operation built around the Black Barrel. You got it, the Black Barrel is still really tough to tune, but now we have a new collaborator. Habitrat, our resident fairy guardian, will help us out by protecting the Black Barrel's wielder. Hey, Happy Cat. Oh, did I just hear my name? I'd probably better manifest physically then. Habitrat the Spinner, at your service. Don't worry, Mash's spirit origin is safe with me. Flashback. BS she pulled in Lost Belt 3. Lost Belt 3... Oh, you mean... I mean, she did cure us of our poison in the end. She didn't have to. Gordy saved our... Honestly, that Lost Belt was good character development for Gordy. Let's be clear. But, I mean, that was kind of the... Was the 3rd Lost Belt kind of the first real instance where we somewhat teamed up with Koyan? I think it was. Made it real. Fair enough, man. Fair enough. But yeah, I'm very much intrigued at Koyan's character. A few hours earlier. The Stormboarder hangar at the Watering Sea dock. I've detected a new magical energy signal in Russia. Russia? Yes, Russia. It is far from the old Russian Lost Belt, and most of the area has been bleached, like the rest of the Earth. Only now it is suddenly giving off magical energy signal. Well, no, that's not accurate. It's not really suddenly. This signal has been present for a few months now, but it's grown quickly over the last few days. So it'd be more accurate to say whatever veil shielded it from humanity's perception has disappeared. To be more precise, the signal is located in the central Siberia, in the Krasnoyarsk Krai. I have no idea if I pronounced that right, which would place it in the forest region upstream from the Tunguska River. And I'm quite certain any heroic spirit who hails from the same era as I must also be familiar with the enormous flash of light that occurred there. Tunguska. It wasn't alive then. Obviously, Mash. I mean, technically speaking, you were in a preserved state. since Lost Belt Britain was sort of a parallel timeline more than anything. But I've read about the Tunguska incident. Precisely, it was a massive airburst that occurred over Tunguska in 1908. At the time, we weren't sure that it was even an explosion at all. I still remember quite vividly how blindingly bright the light was. You saw it yourself, Holmes. All the way from England. I did. The explosion was so massive that the light it created was visible all the way from England. Okay, is that true? It flattened the forest, and the accompanying shockwave left a great deal of damage in its wake. I'm curious about that now. Tunguska explosion. The Tunguska event. 12 megaton explosion. 3 people may have died. Believed to be a meteor airburst. Light nearly as bright as the sun. Pillar split in 2, turned black. 10 minutes later, there was a sound similar to artillery fire. Eyewitnesses closer to the explosion recorded the source of the sound moved from east to north. It's accompanied by shock waves that knocked people off their feet and shattered windows hundreds of kilometers away. Seismic explosions across Eurasia. The blast was detected in Germany, Denmark, Croatia, and the UK, and as far away as the Dutch East Indies and in DC. Damn. The night sky over the next few days, the night skies in Asia and Europe were aglow. Huh. Accounts of eyewitnesses at the time, regional newspapers even reported shortly afterwards. A lot of Russian stuff. So yeah, it looks like that does stand up Holmes's claim that he saw it. Interesting. I don't know, though of course, given the sheer scale of the explosion, it is entirely possible there were casualties that simply went unaccounted for. At the very least, the explosion left a huge mark on the area's biosphere. There's no telling how many animal lives were lost. It's occurred by a meteor airburst. That was the story, and the Magecraft world has apparently confirmed as much. I looked into the matter, and I couldn't find any Magecraft causes pertaining to the incident. It's not out of the question that there may have been some occult aspect to the incident, but if nothing else, even the Mage Association concluded that the Tunguska explosion was caused by natural phenomena. So it's safe to say there were no traces of any mystics at work at all. I wonder how many magical creatures perished in that. Though, that only makes this latest incident that much more mysterious. Why Tunguska? Well, I could speculate, but... let me guess, now's not the time for that? Precisely. So for the time being, allow me to simply convey the facts. A special region has arisen in the Tunguska area of the bleached earth. It is neither a singularity nor a lost belt. Not a lost belt either, huh? Correct, there are no storm walls surrounding it, and it's not a hypothetical alternative timeline in human history either. We do have some possibilities in mind, but... as we currently lack any hard evidence upon which to base our assumptions, any further speculation is likely to only invite misunderstanding. At the moment, all we know for certain is that the source of the anomaly, or rather the name of the enemy we must defeat. Both Trismegistus II and Sheba have confirmed this magical energy belongs to that of an immature beast. We can therefore assume this special region is Tomomovich's headquarters. Some shock. Oh! I guess I do need to pay her back for stepping on foe, don't I? Are you all done? Then I'll sum it up. A magical energy signal has been discovered in the old Tunguska forest. We have determined to be the Koyan's hideout. What the? Foo-foo! What are you so worked up about, Furball? I don't have any bacon right now. Foo-foo! Stop that, foe. Here, stay with me. Keep a good grip on that thing, will you? Now then, where were we? All business. Tomovich, she possesses a spirit origin the same as any servant. She is also the executive director of NFF Services, a private military contractor founded in January 2019 following the incineration of humanity, and the immature form of Beast IV, Beast of Taming. Taming? Taming. Okay. That's a weird monk here. Taming. I mean, I guess it kind of fits. It's just, the beasts are supposed to represent a human, I guess a human concept, maybe? Because I guess depravity isn't really an emotion. So they're supposed to manifest, they're supposed to represent a concept of a human, the taking of a human concept so far that it stagnates humanity and leads to its destruction. So Koyan takes the concept of taming so far. Taming of humanity? That makes sense. It's somewhat similar to what Kama was about. How Kama wanted to give all of humanity their love by pretty much being the only partner for all of humanity. I'm guessing Koyan wants to be the master of all humanity and keep humanity as pets. At present, I suspect she sustained some form of injury during the events in the British Lost Belt. Ah yes, Fluffy Cernunnos. She helped protect us. And is therefore not in optimal condition. She demonstrated incredible power when we encountered her in Olympus in the Atlantic Lost Belt. But at least according to Shiva, her current magical energy signal doesn't appear to have surpassed it. I know she didn't say she's gotten any weaker. Because I can't be certain that she has. Excuse me. So the first big question this raises is, just what is she doing there? I know she technically saved our lives in Britain, but the fact is she's still an enemy of humanity. And all we know is she's not the type to turn over a new leaf just because she's badly hurt. So there's probably some reason she's holed up in the Russian boonies. Yep, if I had to guess, it's likely so she can recover her strength. That or she's trying to grow even stronger. I mean, if I were in her shoes, I wouldn't suddenly reveal my head out to the world just because I got hurt. So she may well not be hiding it anymore because she just doesn't need to bother. Indeed, that's entirely possible. I strongly suspect the amorphous form we encountered in the Olympus was not her fully matured self. For one thing, we saw no sign of the great horns that are indicative of a mature beast. Immature. Fully mature. Alright then. Listen well, all of you. Monier is right. Koyan protected our ship back in the ferry of Britain. Can't believe it. Director Gordoff actually got Monier's name right for once. Oh, that's good. Regardless of how we might feel about it, it remains a fact. Most of you probably don't know this, but as the president of a major company, she's also, frighteningly enough, used to conduct herself in an exemplary human manner. I'm not only talking about military deployment, either. She provided a great deal of medical supplies and humanitarian aid to impoverished communities. Oh. I mean, if she is a beast, then she does need to have a love for humanity. It may have been no more than a business strategy, but whatever her reason, she responded to the plights of the needy with genuine sincerity. Despite her femme fatale nature, she was not one to squeeze someone dry without fair compensation. There was something about her that could be reasoned with. However, regardless of what she may have done in the past, we cannot sit idly by while a beast grows to full maturity. And besides, this is something I need to take responsibility for. I expect those of you from the old Chaldea to know all that too well. Some of you no doubt still have wounds that ache throughout at the thought of what you lost that day. Yeah, she was front and center, wasn't she? She fired a rocket at us. I'm well aware I have no right to command any of you. But that is all the more reason for me to hope you'll allow me to take responsibility for what happened. Listen up, everyone. As of this moment, we're going on the offensive. For now, we'll set our top priorities. The battle with the foreign god and the resolution of the bleach earth phenomena aside. And focus all of our resources on the elimination of Koyanskya. Director Gordov. Sir, yes, sir. That said, I must also stress this side excursion is not without benefit to our main mission. We certainly cannot afford to squander any resource after all. Although we will be going up against a beast in this operation, we will also test our infiltration of our 7th Lost Belt. A practice run, if you will, for our inevitable confrontation with the foreign god. And that means we must also be ready to make proactive use of the Black Barrel. I forgot that was a flashback. Black Barrel, a weapon that uses the complement measure to measure its target's lifespan, and attack them with the full force of that same lifespan. This used to take heavy toll on both Mash and Soul, but now we can also use the Black Barrel for single shots not fueled by command spells with Habitat's help alone. That does turn it from a conceptual weapon into a physical one, but that physical weapon should still pack a significant punch. Unfortunately, firing physical round heats the gun barrel too much to be used in succession, but just being able to use different rounds for different situations is going to be a huge help. Very good. Thank you for going over the developments with the Black Barrel, Technical Advisor. Next, I'd like to hear about the Divine Construct Essence we acquired from the British Lost Belt. How is the cannon which fires that coming along? Sion and I are making headway on it. Of course. While we're going as fast as we can, neither of us has ever worked on anything like this before. So while I hate to say it, I'm afraid it won't be ready for this operation. We'll just have to be flexible and make full use of the tactics we've used so far. I see. I suppose that was too much to hope for. So I expected as much, and besides, we have plenty of other tricks up our sleeves. Our first plan of attack for the 7th Lost Belt is... What was that? Don't you mean only plan of attack? Yes, I suppose I do, but you don't need to go bringing it up.
Director, you can tell what Foe is saying.
Not a clue. But that time I could feel what he meant right in my soul. While our plan of attack to the 7th Lost Belt naturally focuses on Excalibur, we also came up with a secondary source of firepower to improve our odds of success. Essentially, we realized we can run all the Stormborder's magical energy reactors in parallel to deploy a massive Chaldean heroic spirit simultaneously. In other words, we can go for quantity and quality. The idea is simple. We send in a whole bunch of the heroic spirits who've always materialized in Chaldea into enemy's territory and overwhelm them with sheer numbers and firepower, Blitzkrieg style. We're pretty much going entirely with wish fulfillment here. So we're doing what happened in Solomon, then. Man, it would make things so much easier. And we can just send in a ton of heroic spirits we already have, who we know will be a good fit for this operation. Now we can make that dream a reality. While we will of course be deploying this plan here primarily to defeat Koyan, it will also serve as a test for our infiltration of the 7th Lost Belt. So do keep in mind our experiences here will provide invaluable data for the future. So specifically, Soul, Mash, yes. We'll be deploying up to 10 heroic spirits to accompany you. Collectively, they'll be your main source of firepower in this operation. The plan is to bring the Stormborder as close to Koyan's magical energy signal as possible, at which point you'll move in on foot to take her down. It's a simple yet powerful strategy. You all go there together and you kick her ass together. As we speak, we have 6 heroic spirits chosen specifically for this operation standing by in Briefing Room 2. Needless to say, we can deploy any or all of them at a moment's notice. Your mission is to carry out the operation with unprecedented speed. I expect you to succeed with flying colors. Alright everyone, let's go hunt ourselves a beast. That's the spirit. Another no battle node for Section 1. Lots of these, isn't there? I'm fine with it, mind you. I'm seeing what looks like some sort of barrier over Tunguska airspace. It's pretty different from the storm walls surrounding Lost Belts, but I think it's still a kind of battlefield. Do something, Da Vinci. Already analyzed it and ran the numbers. I am putting up a multi-layered bounded field around the front of the border right now. Theoretically, it should let us break through. That was fast. Nice work, Da Vinci. Now, without further ado, deploying anti-physical space-time adjustment membrane around the bow. We'll break through in dimensional piercing mode. Once we make it through the barrier into the Tunguska special region, we can begin the operation in earnest. Everyone, brace for impact. Man, it would have been cool if they actually made an animation of that. There, we made it through. Now we're in Tunguska's airspace. All we have to do now is head for Koyan's magical energy sig. Wait, I feel really sick here. What is this? Habatrot, are you alright? Not even close. I want to disappear right now, but I won't. I'm the Black Barrel's guardian fairy, I am. So this fairy isn't going back to the spirit origin graph. Nope, I'm going to go into sleep mode I set up on the Black Barrel instead. Just call if you need me, Mash. I can help out in battle too. At least a little. Habitat, Da Vinci, what's going... Phone! You're kidding me. Surely Habitat can be crude, but she's a good egg too. Now she's just the first to disappear. What's going on here, Administrative Advisor? Technical Advisor? Captain, you okay? This is real bad. Da Vinci? Can you check on Briefing Room 2 for me? And hurry, please. Briefing Room 2, Briefing Room 2. What the... Oh, the magic energy signal of the Chaldean heroic spirits we had on standby. They are vanishing one by one. None of them are able to remain materialized. They're all being forced back to the spirit origin graph. This is just like what we saw in Britain, Holmes. Right, you are, Da Vinci. I cannot be certain if this world was always like this, or if Koyan found a way to copy it from Britain. But it's clear that the whole environment is entirely rejecting human history. This must be what Trismegistus II meant by special. Naturally, we added a number of safety provisions to the summoning system after our experiences in Britain, but whatever peculiar traits this place possesses seems to have overwhelmed them. I'm afraid I can't hold out any longer either. Da Vinci, Nemo, it's all up to you now. Don't worry, Holmes, we've got this. Da Vinci's technically a servant, but at her core she is actually a living being rather than a heroic spirit. Mash is a dummy servant, which puts her in the same boat, so of course neither Sol nor Gordolf are affected. And I have 2 spirit origins, so I can hold out for just long enough to get the storm border out of this airspace, much as it pains me. Marine. Aye aye, sir. Engines at maximum. We can turn around and get out of here at full speed anytime. Good. Meunier, switch places with me. I'll steer the storm border. You know what to do now, right? Alright, now I get it. I gotcha. Okay, you got it. Thanks, Meunier. I'm counting on your driving skills. Da Vinci? On it. What, the door just opened on its... Sol, Mash, Director Gordolf. I need you all to hurry up to the hangar. Now. I'll have Nurse and Digger disconnect and transport you, Da Vinci. Right now, you all need to get your gear ready and hurry to the shadow border. Captain! Take care of the storm border for us. Captain always takes care of the ship. It's their job. I trust you all know what you need to do, too. And I don't mean in terms of battle. Of course, I'll bring the shadow border and everyone in it back home safe and sound. That goes for Sol, Mash, Da Vinci, and Chubbs here, too. Great. I feel better already. From this point on, the field ops team will be investigating this strange environment on its own. Master Sol, don't hesitate to call for us if you need help. I can probably only afford to do it once, but I'll deploy a rescue operation whenever you might be. Got it. See you later, Captain. I hope. Good, that should take care of things for the time being. That aside, First Britain exceeded my expectations, and this new world has as well. So much for our Blitzkrieg strategy. And to make matters worse, if this environment trait is something Koyan learned and copied from Britain, then she may have also access to numerous other threats we've faced in the other Lost Belts. Well, we are up against a beast. It's safe for to expect the worst. All we can do now is trust in Soul and his team. It certainly won't be the first time. Indeed, loath I am to admit it, there's nothing more I can do. Alright then, Captain, I leave the rest in your hands. Oh, don't worry about me. Once the Stormboarder is clear of this place, I'll just loiter up above the barrier as a watchful fire gobby. Just waiting around may not be fun, but it's not dangerous either. And it's certainly no big deal compared to the temporary disappearance you're being forced to undergo. I'll see you back at the Wandering Sea, Holmes. Bye, Holmes! I know these horizontal G's are pretty rough, but hanging in there until the Stormboarder finishes its turn. Once it's stabilized and clear, we'll be going straight into a free fall. Be ready for vertical G's when that happens. Okay, hang on. There, the Stormboarder turned around, but before we make our emergency escape, open the hatch, open the hatch. Shadowboarder, launch. Shadowboarder launching. Is this really a lot? Falling with style. I put a multi-layered bounded field on the boarder's undercarriage. I'm a little worried with only my magical energy to spare on it. Sorry. Oh. Oh, Garrus, bring it on, I say. Hell, this is my third time falling into an operation. No, wait, hang on. If I think of it like this is my ordeal in the Dakar Rally. Okay, I can do this. I can totally do this. Man, they're noobs at free falling into a singularity or lost belt or something. How many times have we done it? We've done it so many times, it's hardly even funny anymore. Falling point. Section 1, final section for Beyond the Walls of the World. I'm okay, Foe. Foe! Master, are you alright? I'm fine. What about you, Mash? I'm fine too. Nothing serious to report. Status report. Electrical systems, 80% functionality, but repairable. Engine, no damage. Hull, integrity at 90%. Mobility remains intact. Not too bad for an emergency deployment and landing. How about you guys? Everybody okay? Yeah, I'm fine. That wasn't nearly as bad as I was expecting. In fact, I think that may have actually loosened up my stiff shoulders. Why are you talking like we all just left a chiropractor? Do you also feel refreshed after riding a roller coaster? Anyway, technical advisor, my subordinate here's bizarre health regimen aside, I don't think I'm any worse for the wear. As for Sol and Chirolites, they're both fine. Foe! Furball, you're here too? Well, I guess we can't send you back to the Stormboarder now. How about you, technical advisor? Is everything alright with your spirit origin now that we've landed in enemy territory? I appreciate your concern, Director. Don't worry, my spirit origin seems fine too. Looks like this environment doesn't reject all heroic spirits outright, just like in the British Lost Belt. It does reject them, to be sure, but I'm guessing there are still loopholes that some can slip through. As for creatures that are obviously alive, like any humans and animals, that shouldn't be any issue. As far as I can tell, this environment only really rejects beings, namely heroic spirits, who owe most of their existence to human history. Foe! Well, that doesn't make sense. Foe! That voice. You like it? I do too. But anyway, I don't think the situation's quite what you guys think it is. Who's there? Ibuki! After all, I'm here, aren't I? Ibuki! Oh. A heroic spirit, eh? Rather, a divine spirit. Of course, I remember now. Ibuki Doji. You were one of the heroic spirits waiting on standby in room 2. Good to see you're alright. Wait, what? You're alright? But how? I have an idea. Maybe it's because, unlike standard heroic spirits, Ibuki is a divine spirit? I guess, since she's obviously here and all. Hmm? Huh. It really is Ibuki Doji. That might just mean this place isn't quite the same as the British Lost Belt, after all. It's pretty clear from what we saw, and it's stopping heroic spirits from manifesting. But it doesn't stop them from incarnating, just like in Britain, and that's not all. It also doesn't reject non-human heroic spirits. I wonder what its criteria is, then. Is Ibuki Doji allowed to be here because she's a divine spirit, or because she's a nature spirit? Non-human, divine spirits, nature spirits. So, is Ibuki Doji my true name? Hold up. Something wrong with your memory? Well, I know I'm still me. I know I'm really strong and I'm really nice, and I really love booze. And I know that I'm your servant. But everything else is kind of a haze. What am I anyway? As long as there's booze, who cares? Okay. Glad to have you with us, Ibuki. Thanks, Master. I'm glad to be here too. How do those two just roll with the punches like that? You get used to it. Looks like she managed to materialize here, but in consequence lost her memory. So I'm a little nervous to ask, but what about your combat capabilities, Ibuki? Do you still feel confident in those? Oh sure, I'm very strong. If Master wants me to fight, then of course I'll be glad to fight. Besides, I like going wild. My mind does feel kind of fuzzy though, so I may not be quite at my usual strength. Hang on, I'm gonna see if I've still got everything. Okay. Let's see, yep, I can still use fire. And wind. And lightning. Oh, and water too, of course. That's pretty much everything. If I really want to, I bet I could even alter my spirit origin. Though maybe only a few times, since I bet that uses a ton of magical energy. Well, it's not great she has lost her memory, and we don't have any of the other 5 servants with us as well, but we'll still be in better shape than I initially thought, at least. Silver linings, huh? Don't you worry, I can hold my own against just about anything. I'm counting on you then, Ibuki. No problem. Foo-foo! And that is section 1 clear. We got our quartz, we got another slumbering city. Section 2, collision. Begin. I might split this up like I do with other story things. I haven't been slacking with my uploads though. Gonna have to get back to doing that. For sure. At any rate, this is good news. Having even a single additional servant at our side vastly improves our odds. Furthermore, memory issues aside, the fact that she is a divine spirit is significant. Excuse me. We've confirmed that the Stormborder has escaped. Yes? Then that leaves us with 2 choices. Go forward or go back. It hardly need to be said that we will be choosing the former. We should assume that the enemy already knows we're here. So we need to reach Koyan and take her down as soon as possible. Sooner, even. Remember, we aren't infiltrating a Lost Belt this time. We are here to eliminate a specific threat. The longer we take, the more time we give Koyan to mature as a beast. So we're just going to have to do what we can with the resources we have. There may not be many of us, but that will help us be stealthy. I think, anyway. What do you say, technical advisor? That sounds good to me. That we all survived the crash intact and still have Ibuki with us are both incredible strokes of good luck. If we find ourselves needing to retreat, we can do that after we've scouted the place and figured out some things. So I say we stick to the basics and keep to our usual strategy. Explore and analyze. Isn't that right, Master Soul? Start with the immediate surroundings, as always. I'm glad you understand. As for you, Mooney, I trust you have no objections, though I'm sure you're not exactly eager to get going, that coward that you are. At least it's not as bad as you, Chops. Besides, it's probably better to play things safe here. So, what are we doing, Da Vinci? Do we just stick to our original plan? I'm ready to go at any time. Damn, somebody's raring to go. Hell, I think your motivation's even rubbing off on me. Yep, we're definitely gonna have to make some course corrections. Our initial strategy was to throw a bunch of fast and heavy-hitting heroic spirits at Koyan, Blitzkrieg style, regardless of the situation. But as things stand, we're about 150 kilometers from her signal. We're sitting at the special region's southern edge, so it's going to take us some time to reach Koyan in the center. We could simply make a run for her in the border, but we'll need to do more than just reach her to secure our victory. First, I'd like to understand the environment we're in here. It would also be one thing if we were surrounded, but luckily it seems we don't have any hostiles in this area right now.
Don't jinx it, Corey.
Right, technical advisor? Yep, there's definitely no hostiles nearby. I'm constantly scanning, so if there were, we'd know. I don't have any insights to offer about anything beyond the border scanning range. That, we're gonna have to investigate with the field ops team. So that would mean we go out. We have to go out, especially if we're gonna find more. Yep, we need to gather information and we need to add to our fighting force. Same thing as we always do, really. While we were hoping to test our new servant Blitzkrieg tactics for a trial run here for the 7th Lost Melt, we were also doing it to reduce the burden on you guys. I'm really sorry we can't do that for this mission anymore. In the end, all we can do now is count on you, Mash, and Ibuki Doshi to investigate this area on your own, like we always do. Don't worry about me, I'll be fine. Especially since Mash will be with me. Right. It's a shame the Stormwater won't be able to provide us with electricity anymore, but I can still use the Black Barrel independently if I have to. And in terms of instantaneous firepower, a single round should be as strong as several servants combined. Okay then, let's get this new operation underway. Field Ops, your mission is to gather information on this special region, and find us some more fighters. Of course, I doubt there are many rogue servants here that can maintain their existence out there. Nope. Plus, since we're not sure if we can use summoning circles, I don't think we'll be able to summon many other heroic spirits. But if you do find an opportunity to expand our ranks, please take it. Also, you should still be able to perform simple summons for at least a few minutes. So watch your stamina, investigate as much as you can, and fight when necessary. You got it. Come on, Mash, Ibuki.
Let's go.
Right, Master. Woo! Unfortunately, it seems our communications can't go through the barrier, but they're still working on the inside of it. So don't forget to make regular reports to the Shadow Border. Alright then, let the Koyan hunt begin. Shh, I'm hunting Koyan. So fast. Yeah, I should have known Ibuki Doji would have some impressive aerial ability. I can't believe how fast she is, especially since she's 3 meters tall, carrying us and still flying. Crossing such a dense forest would have taken us so long without her. Foe! Still not clear if there are any hostiles nearby or not. But we should be able to avoid detection thanks to the tree coverage. I'm not so sure, Mash. I'm kind of glowing, right? I mean, not physically, but like, in terms of aura, you know? That'll make it pretty obvious I'm not just an ordinary foe, so we gotta keep our guard up. That's a good point. Still, I can't help but think this is a perfect way to scout ahead. Even if we were spotted, we should be able to outrun almost anything that comes after us. That's a good point. Mash, you got an excellent point. Ibuki, there's something big up ahead. I think it's part of the natural environment, but something about it is making me really uneasy. I wonder what it could be. Ibuki. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to shout. Anyway, both of you stay alert. I know this isn't really my first time doing something like this, but it kind of feels like it, so... There. Enemies! Detecting multiple heat signatures up ahead. We've got hostiles, Master. I could try to fly around them, but I feel like that's a bad idea. Every one of my instincts is screaming at me that they've already got us in their sights. You two know what that means, right? Right. Activate Ortanax. Now. You don't need the Ortanax anymore, Mash. You proved that in Britain. Preparing to engage the enemy. Foe. It's not safe out here, foe. Please, get inside my shield. Foe. Here they come. It really does feel like my first time doing this, but let's go. Alright. Sport Ibuki. Yep. And let's clear the party. Ibuki's going to be in the lead. And then we're going to also bring Mash. She is sadly locked into Orknex. We'll go Sumo. And then have Melt in the back line. Castoria here. Castoria with her Bond CE, perhaps? If I can find it. There it is. Attack by 10, and yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. And then, let's see. Achan. And who else needs to be worked on? Jolter. And we'll go that, and Slumbering City. There we go. One of each, just in case the bonuses do not stack per craft essence. Atlas uniform. We're good to go. Ready for takeoff. I didn't even bother to look what kind of enemies we're dealing with here. That could come back to bite me in the ass. Pardon the yawn, man. I got the sleepy sleep. Cage of Affection, as well as Kin. So Mash got a damage up to be taken, whereas Ibuki has a permanent damage cut. Oh wow, I just saw the HP on these fools. Wait, these are, Yaga, aren't they? Interesting. They also have some sort of buff on them. I should check to see what that is. Lostkin, they're demonic in this zone. Okay. Boop bop beep. Audio desync is gonna annoy me a bit, but not much can be done about that. Alright, Mash needs to take the focus for this turn. And then they just need to lay into this Kin. Beast sense of smell. Brave Chain is always best thing to go with when offered against a single enemy. Also, it just occurred to me, is he dealing neutral damage to Mash? I cannot believe it took me that long to realize it. But he's doing neutral damage to Mash, isn't he? More Kin. Oh, these are the things from the other Lost Belt. Final wave, so let's go all out. She's arts-based, right? No, she's not. Oh well. We still have enough oomph to delete. Hopefully. Well done. Well done.
今回はうまくいきました。
Another battle node. From your party immediately before the battle begins. It's probably just going to be the same party, though. Ibuki. I'm on it. Memory. There we go. Back to normal size. That should do it, right? Those were things from the Russian and Indian lost belts. Right, some of them looked just like the Yaga, and the others were just like the Kali we saw in the Indian lost belt. Although it's strange, I couldn't sense any sort of life force in them whatsoever. Same, they were definitely coming after us, but there was nothing else to them. No anger, no fear, not even a desire to hunt to survive. That was so weird. I know I'm having trouble with my memories right now, but I can still tell there was something off about those things. Senpai, do you think... Koyan took them from her lost belt? Or from their lost belts? More hostiles incoming. These armies are a lot bigger than before. Be careful, you two. Those things must be really huge. Giants, I'm guessing. Oh yeah. Those are Scandinavian giants. And elite warriors at that. Those are general class giants. Advanced giants. I remember a little bit now. Every single giant is really, really strong. And special ones like these guys are super duper rare. So the fact that we're running into them here must mean we're dealing with something strange. That roar shook the very ground. Now that's what I'm talking about. We'll just have to think of them as big, walking fortresses. Get ready, Master. Mash. These giant generals are really tough. I think you are too, though, Ibuki. And finally, I can cut loose. I'm sure that'll use up a lot of magical energy, so I apologize now if they kill me. Okay, got it. You guys are in trouble already, huh? You should have just let me know I was up then. Well, those guys are huge. Can't believe you're not scared of them, Soul. Avatar, you can come out now? I can do short bursts. It's pretty rough, but sometimes work is just like that, yeah? Alright then, let's hit them with a round from the Black Barrel to kick things off. You ready, Mash? I'll let you handle the timing. Right, setting Black Barrel to blaster mode. Just let me know when to activate it, Master. Thanks for the help. Alright, let's do this, Nameless Giant Generals. Nameless Giant Generals. Habitat will help you out during the battle when Mash uses the Black Barrel, but only once. NPC Ibuki has a special effect that will help you during the battle. Well, we were gonna bring her in anyway, so... Oh, they got break bars, huh? That could be annoying. Ignore sure hit and reduce... Okay, so she's immune to 3 noble phantasms, gains crit stars, and has a crit gather rate up. Okay. I really need stars before I use Black Barrel. What is this skill? MP seal, crit strength, special attack against undead. That one will give us some stars. Okay, so I used Black Barrel, but that didn't seem to do anything special. Okay. Boop. Beep boop bop.
前に出ますじゃない
Wait, what? Oh, okay, interesting.
バシバレル解放更新根性で固定ヘッドカウンター限定再現いくぞースピンスター壁トラット
Interesting.
ごめんなさいね
Very, very interesting.
捉えましたこうだ
Okay. So now we do this.
じゃあいいんじゃない
Should be enough to take out middle.
恐れよ震えよ災いは今こそお前たちのもとへと来たる真意抜刀真剣
Yeah, middle is definitely dead.
騒ぎの太刀
First gauge is broken. Third gauge is broken too.
こうだこうだ風炎
Hoping to get a full gauge from that all, but sadly no dice. What did you guys just do? Hold up, hold up, hold up. What did you all just do? Okay, so they have special decreased resistance to all attacks from Habitat, strength down from Habitat, low chance when attacking enemy to remove single enemy's buffs when attacking, +1 charge each turn, 2 turns of buster resistance down. They have sure hit. They have a medium chance to evade, increase damage, increase defense for yourself when attacking. They have 3 invincibilities and 3 turns. Okay, good gracious. Meanwhile, we cannot use order change. That's not too bad.
もちろんやります
Yeah, Castoria generates some NP here.
立ちはだかるなら先生の杖
Now we do a little this, that. I have no idea if they are considered threats to humanity. And then mash and take that as well.
オッケーはいいいんじゃない
Pretty sure Ibuki has sure hit. Or ignore invincibility. Yeah, NP is ignore invincibility.
人知の及ばぬものが
So that'll get through the evasions.
ここにて思え真剣騒ぎの太刀
Good.
こうだ
Very good.
こうだ
Well done, Ibuki. Well done.
損害想定内ですなんとかなりました先輩
1 quartz. Alright, that was section 2. Now we're already on to section 3, the Eternity Seeker. No battles on this one. Hey J6, welcome to the stream. How'y things, how'y things? Whew. That was really, really tough, but hey, we beat them all. Nice work, everyone. You too, Happy Cat. Thanks, I sure do feel worked. J6, how dare you! You monster! She's not a fairy, is she? She looks like she's the incarnation of an elemental and a phantasmal. Wait, doesn't that mean she's a god? Oh, oh well, who cares? She's nice and she's pretty. What else do I need to know? Alright, guys. Later. Thank you so much, Habitat. It was sturdy, so you caught it in a ball. Well, I hope you raise it right to make up for the brain damage you probably gave it. It's great that we beat them and all, but I still have no idea what those things even were. Or for that matter, why we even fought them. I recognize the aura they had, Senpai. Koyan's underlings. Gasp, why would you be so cruel? Right. We've seen our controlling creatures native to one Lost Belt and other Lost Belts before. And those three giants, along with the Yagas we fought before, had a strikingly similar hostile air to them. Oh, baby Mon with sturdy. No. If given some time, I probably would have figured it out. I'd have tried to think, wait, baby Pokemon with sturdy? Who fits that profile? But Bonsly, huh? Was it shiny or no? And this place is at Koyan's lady's territory, right? So that would mean they're lost kin. That is to say, her kin. They're automatons of a sort. They've been developed all over the place here, and then set to attack anything that seems even remotely hostile. So please, don't worry. They're not connected to their leader, so they can't alert her to your presence. You're trying to catch Komo. That said, your look was pretty rotten running to those giants. They're one of the stronger varieties of Lostkin. Still, I'm impressed. You turned things around. And beat all three of them. Surely that was an incredible display of strength. Oh! Wow, I can't believe it. I should have sensed you the moment you entered my detection range, but you got all the way up here without me realizing. Master, get behind me. It's okay, Mash. I think if he'd wanted to attack us, he would have already done so. You were scrolling through your PC box when you saw it. Nice. I see. Very logical of you. Who are you? Me? Well, I can assure you I'm not your enemy. So please, do feel free to relax your guard. If anything, I'm the opposite of your enemy. I'm a professional, here to hunt a beast. I may have materialized as a writer, but I assure you, I'm a man of many talents. So on that note, it would be most grateful to me if you would entrust me the disposal of the Shadow of Daji. I would be most grateful if you would entrust to me. I thought for a second I had a... Okay, I was so worried when I just read that same line again. I was like, oh shit, am I having a stroke or something? Oh, I thought I was having a stroke reading the same line again, but they put it back in there twice. Is it the exact same? No. To and with. Really? Why would... I hope this is some sort of translation error or something, and that it's not just in here twice, because I nearly freaked out because I thought I was having a stroke. Because that's one of the signs of strokes, is if you see that kind of shit happening. Oh. Thank God I'm not. After stream I can boot up Pokemon. Daji. I know a great deal about her, you see, and I've also done some additional investigating on my own. Yay, we have another fighter now. Oh wait, is this something to celebrate, Master? I think so. Oh my, are you still suspicious of me? Perhaps you were received by another handsome man recently. So that's your answer, huh? And here I thought I was something of a skilled negotiator. Well, that's strange. Duh, I could have told you this would happen. You're always so obtuse, that's why I told you to let me talk to them. Foo-foo! Whoa there. It's okay, Nikich. You can come out. I think they've already figured out what's going on anyway. Obviously, that's why I spoke up. I told you we didn't have to hide. We should have just jumped in to help them fight these giants. Nice to meet you, everyone. I'm Nikich. Dobranya Nikich, the heroic dragon slayer of Kiev. I'm really strong. Well, if you're saying so, it must be true. Yep, I sure am. Wow. What kind of conversation is that? As for this creep... Oh, please allow me. Wait, me? A creep? Uncalled for. She's kind of had her mind wiped, apparently. She's lost most of her memories. So, you know how it is when you have amnesia, you're incredibly gullible. Oh well, never mind. I'll keep this short. I've come here from the Sage of the World. That is to say, I've materialized here from the Throne of Heroes, of course. In my life, I was something of a tactician, but I also dabbled in Taoism. My true name is Taigong. Pleased to make your acquaintance. That was a short section. And this is gonna make up for it. Section 4 is a long one. Alright, let's get this going. How so? How so, J6? I heard voices. That's when it began. I think it's probably when I began. I heard voices and more voices. So many little voices all clustered together. Oh, he didn't come home for you or something? I'm guessing? Each was so faint, so small, so feeble, so fragile, I couldn't make any of them out. Excuse me. If they hadn't all overlapped, I would have never even realized they were voices. How did he disappoint you then? Ooh. Then again, they could have been prayers. They were voices. Many voices. Numberless faint screams, all running together. I couldn't distinguish any of the individual voices, but I did my best to draw them all together. Then just listened as hard as I could. And while I was doing that, I became an individual. In the center of that cataclysm, that shockwave and incredible flash of heat that nothing could survive, I chose life. That was when I learned what those countless voices meant. In that fraction of a second, as everything around me went up in flames, I learned of their lives up to that point. I heard their goodbyes they said in their final moments. Those countless screams of shock and agony showed me the lives they'd lived on this planet. And in their final moment, those countless voices celebrated my creation. They said I would speak for them, that I was the greatest of their kind, all while celebrating my birth amid the flames. I am... I find it ironic. Koyan of the Light is a super useful as a buffer and sub DPS in the raids. Sadly, my Koyan of the Light was not leveled up because she didn't get the votes. So interesting. So Tunguska was where Koyan began, quote unquote. But Koyan is Koyanskya Tamamovich. Tamamovich is one of the Tamamo 9. So, here's my speculation. The moon cell exists outside of time and space, or at least the Tamamo 9 exist in a different sort of time-space thing. All heroic spirits do. So, the Tunguska explosion, it was an explosion of light and fire. Yeah, I remember that from the third boss battle, but the Tunguska explosion was an explosion of light and fire, almost like a sun. So, perhaps, speculation, Tamamovich somehow was the explosion, and as she manifested fully after the explosion, she was, she knows the life of all the animals. Zahak is writing a lore vid. Interesting. I might have to check that out. I'm just trying to puzzle out the lore myself. So, Tamamovich, one of the Tamamo 9. Tunguska explosion. She heard the prayers of all of the animals as they died, who celebrated her coming. Well, let me cook here. Let me cook. I kind of want to find out if I'm right on my own. I won't tell him. So, speculation then. Maybe the Tunguska explosion did happen separately, but it also served as a catalyst because of light. It's a light and fire catalyst that summoned Tamamovich using the life force of all of the animals that were surrounding area that were killed. So Tamamovich was summoned from the power of the souls of all the animals, and the catalyst being the explosion itself, being of great light and fire, which are aspects of Amaterasu, which in turn make them aspects of Tamamo. Current speculation is that Taigong. Yes, Taigong. I'm not saying his last name. It's too. I feel like that's gonna get flagged on YouTube if I keep saying that word too much. Oh, you can also just call me Liu Shang or Zhang Zia or Grand Duke Zhang, whatever you like. Taigong, Liu Shang. Taigong. I feel like I've heard that name somewhere before, or maybe not. No, I think I have. I don't know the extent of your knowledge, Ibuki, but I can tell you that Taigong Liu Shang is a genius tactician from the Chinese Yin, also known as Shang Dynasty. He is also said to be the author of the 6 secret teachings and the 3 strategies, the ultimate technique Kichi Hogan guards with her life. And he's the great hero who fought alongside King Wu of Zhao to defeat the tyrannical King Zhao, the last ruler of Shang. According to the Investiture of the Gods, he's also a master of the Sage Arts, who single-handedly defeated the monsters who threw up their lot with King Zhao and the Shang. This is great. You guys hit the jackpot. We overheard the whole thing. Taigong, eh? Welcome back, J6. Did you hear my speculation on Koyan? Oh, I missed a bit of line there. He was also a disciple of Yunashi Tianzun, immortal ruler of the Kunlun Mountains and one of the greatest deities of all Taoism. Yep, he was one of the key figures in the overthrow of the Shang Dynasty. He's also the one who coined the phrase, "Spilled water never returns to the bowl." It's the Chinese equivalent of, "There's no use to cry over spilled milk." I read the annotated English translation of the Investiture of the Gods from cover to cover, so I know exactly why you're here, Taigong. You're here because Daji, King Zhao of Shang's beloved consort, famed for her beauty and havoc she wreaked all throughout China, is actually the fair-faced golden fox, a millennium fox spirit and a beast, right? Daji was a beast all along, right? Right? Well, are you going to answer the man? Oh, yes, of course. It was just so obvious, I thought it was a rhetorical question. Except, based on the little bit of lore snippets we've gotten so far, that's not true. Yes, that's right. Daji was what you nowadays call a beast. One of the evils of humanity. Maybe she was tough too. Man, but she was tough too. Seriously. I knew it. Fox. We're just now drawing the correlation. We're just now... Please tell me we're not that dumb as a master, that we're just now drawing the correlation. Please tell me that we're not that dumb of a master to just now be drawing that correlation. Oh, about Daji. Okay. It's about her being Daji, not about the correlation between Koyan and the Tamamos. Daji? Sure I was. Woof. Most of the legends Tamamo no Mae says she washed up in Japan after committing all kinds of atrocities in China and India. So, of course, they make her out to be the worst kind of monster. Daji of Shang Bao, of Bao Si of Zhao, the great evil god who demanded tribute of 1,000 heads in the Magadha kingdom. She's one of the worst foxes in history ever. She gives all Tamamos a bad name. Absolutely not. I'll think to put a stop to this Daji slander. In fact, when you talk about her, it sounds like a confession, so I'd really appreciate you stopping. Whoa, the way you just so casually brushed over the parts about Zhao and Magadha. I need to remember you did that for later. Okay, but really though, are you sure you're not excluding Daji because you're actually worried about her? Come on, why not accept Bao Si, aka Daji, as part of your story too? We're all the same, and we're all great in our own way. Don't be ridiculous. Bao Si and Daji are as different as chalk and cheese sticks. Sure, maybe we do look alike if you squint a bit, but that's about it. Look, they say Daji is one of the most evil women to ever walk this world. They say she was an unrivaled ruiner of nations who delighted in torturing and killing people by making them walk oiled pipes over charcoal fires. And okay, maybe I did some things, but I never went anything like that far. Gotcha. So even though, as the original Tamamo, your nation or gauge pops up whenever you max out your good wife gauge, you still say you never did anything so major as taking an entire nation for your husband, huh? No, just an entire celestial body. Now you listen, and you listen good, cat. I'm gonna put an end to this once and for all. I know nothing of Daji in any way, shape, or form. That is my story, and I'm sticking to it. Is something wrong? Oh no, it's nothing. Taigong, I remember now. You're basically the progenitor of military strategy as we know it. You're a renowned general tactician, and you later went on to found the state of Qi. Right. I may not remember anything about myself, but I guess I still have a bit of knowledge tucked away in my brain. So Calde has finally got a genuine legend helping us out, huh? Sounds good to me. Foo-foo! That's sort of a weird thing to hear from a divine spirit. I'm also pretty sure the spirit origin graph isn't exactly short on other legendary figures, but I get what you're saying. I take it you two are both rogue servants then? Even though it's apparently really difficult for most heroic spirits to even materialize here. Oh yes, it definitely is. I'm doing my best not to disappear, even as we speak. Fortunately, I was able to improvise a Fang Shu that helped. But to be completely honest, even with that, it's rough being here. Really? Is it? It is? Huh? You know, now that you mention it, you don't seem to be all that infected by this environment, Nikich. Because I'm not. Being here is no problem for me. You know what I'm talking about, right, Dragon Lady? Yeah, it's not really a problem for me either, Warrior Lady. So you could tell I'm a dragon too, huh? I kind of had the sense I might be one. Maybe we have more in common than we think. Personally, I'm curious what's going on under that hat with that tail too. Maybe she's a werewolf. I mean, I guess it's possible. But I don't know. Let's see. First off, Nikich, I bet you're pretty skilled, aren't you? Well, are you going to answer this woman? Alright, sorry, I got kind of caught up in watching the dragon talk, so I wasn't thinking. Talk about birds of a feather. Right. I wonder if they share some kind of connection we don't know about. I'm Dobrania Nikic. I'm a dragon. You can call me Dobrania or Nikic. It doesn't matter to me. You already told us your true name, but okay. Dobrania Nikic it is. You're going with both, huh? Greedy girl. You're one of the legendary Bogatirs, a renowned dragon slayer who served the Grand Prince of Kiev. A hero of Kiev, eh? Nikic. Yes, I've heard that name before. You single-handedly defeated Gornyk, a many-headed Zemai. That's Russian for dragon. And twice, no less. I remember hearing stories about your journey to Constantinople, too. I'm a little surprised to see you as a woman, but then again, this sort of thing does seem to happen with heroic experience kind of a lot. And sometimes we get bigger or smaller, too. Yep. I'm really strong. I can do just about anything. I see, I see. So, now we can count on Tai Gong, the Beast Hunter, and Dobrania, the Dragon Slayer, among our allies. That's a great start to our operation, and I'd say it bodes well for the future, too. Right. Tai Gong? Nikic? Yes. I'm so sorry we didn't properly introduce ourselves sooner. I'm Mash Carolite, a demi-servant. I'm working for the Chaldea Security Organization to help restore human history. And this is my master. I'm Sol of Chaldea. Because it's pretty much my home at this point. Pleased to meet you. So you're the last master and servant of humanity, Lord Yunashi Tianzun has told me all about your exploits. Which is to say I know a great deal about all of you thanks to the guidance of human history. Don't worry about Nikic. I've caught her up. I don't know much about capital H, humanity, but there's someone here who wants to get rid of it, right? What stupid burb. Then I'll smash her up good. Simple as that. How enthusiastic. That's the most reassuring thing I've heard in a while. No wonder you got so famous. But is it just me, or does she seem kind of, bloodthirsty? Can we really count on her? Are we sure she's not a berserker? Don't worry, she's definitely a rider. I mean, we're communicating right now, no problem, right? Yeah, I can talk. I did a great job mastering human words. And it's pretty clear this is a recent state of affairs. Okay, Tai Gong and Nikic, let's make sure we are all after the same thing here. Ah, shiny Delibird. We're pursuing the being we are expecting to run this entire special region. Tomomovich Koyanskya. She's an immature beast the fourth who used to flit from Lost Belt to Lost Belt. But now, for some reason, she seems to have settled down here. We still don't know the specifics, but worst case scenario, she's preparing to mature into a full-grown beast. I thought you didn't like Delibird. We're looking to eliminate her before that happens, and would like you two to help us. What do you say? I'm so glad you asked. As a matter of fact, I've been anxiously awaiting your arrival. I'm relieved to see you Chaldeans are just as friendly as I've been told. Whew. Ouch. Excuse me. Buttering them up already. I'm not buttering them up, I'm just paying them a compliment. Isn't that the same thing? Well, I'm not gonna compliment you. If you're gonna fight to save the world, you need to be strong enough. That's better. That cloth was just getting in the way. Wait. I'm gonna see what you guys are made of. Got it? Yeah. Whoa, whoa, let's all just calm down. You already saw their skill in battle against the Lostkin, remember? Just shiny dex stuff then. And I said I'm gonna see what they're made of. Master Nikic's magical energy is rising quickly. So much for our peaceful negotiations. Must it always go this way? Here I come. Chaldean heroic spirits, and you, Master Guy. Show me what you've got. Sure thing. We got Ibuki, and we're gonna just go with this party again. The only Delibird you like is Iron Bundle. Yeah, and I thought you didn't like the other one. Oh wow, I just saw she's got 99 allies. What else? Damage cut, attack up, crit rate up. Okay. Let's lead with an NP here.
加減が難しいんだよね。いきますわよ。戦い
Yeah, 3-turn crit strength boost.
魔力を
Beep, boop, bop.
じゃ、そういうのいいんじゃない？
You're getting the regular shiny one now, and it's going inside of a heal ball because it's ugly. The shiny Delibirb is ugly, or the heal ball is ugly. Both. Fair point. I was really hoping for a crit there, Ibuki. I was really hoping you would have crit there. Please try not to leak Castoria. She is very delicate. Castoria is a very delicate flower who does not need to be deleted.
負けないぞ。照準。捉えました。ここで。
And you don't listen to me. That saddens me that you don't listen. Ibuki, finish this bar. We can see what the next one contains.
ごめんなさいね。悪いけどパパ、お願い。
Not bad now for the aerial attack. Oh. Sassy nature, bad nature, or something? Next arrow. It's insulting you. Not used to aerial combat, are you? First Melusine and now her. At least she's not pelting us with projectiles, but we're still at a disadvantage. I could fly up there to fight her, but I don't feel right leaving you two here alone. I know we can use the trees as cover. Follow me. Oh, no you don't. Wow. That tingles. What a weird feeling. She's using her wyverns as though they were fighter jets. It looks like Dobrania is a more formidable opponent than we thought, Master. And on top of that, she's using attacks made to hurt Dragonkin against Ibuki Doji. Yep, she's a Dragon Slayer who actually rides her own dragon. Talk about winning the skill lottery. And that white dragon might just be Nikitch's legendary horse in a new form. Watch out, guys. That's no ordinary dragon. Think of it more like a heroic spirit in its own right. Heroes are supposed to challenge impossible odds. So challenge them. Don't tell me you're going to give up just because you can't fly. Well, that's just silly. No, I think you're going too far there, Nikitch. That's like telling a turtle to fly or a lost child to just figure out their way home. We're all adults here, so we can adapt as necessary. So what if they can't fly? So what if they can't defy the impossible odds you set before them? All they need is a little help. In this case, from me. You guys are floating too. He's like Tinkerbell. He's regular Tinkerbell, ain't he? Mash? Yes, Master, this is just like the Magecraft that lets someone walk on air. I'll be backing up the two Chaldeans with my Feng Shu. As for myself, I'll be riding on Cebu Jiang here. I'm a writer after all. Huh? I have no idea. I know I butchered the pronunciation of that. Sibu Shang. I have no idea if I pronounced that properly, but I did the best I could. Yes, Fang Shu. That's what he's calling it. Look out, she's gonna dive bomb us again. Then we'll just have to go higher than her. Come on. He's supporting, so yeah, we'll just go with this setup because he's supporting us, so he doesn't need to be actively used in battle. Hello, Nikic. Faster my mount. Oh, you get full charge and evasion. Woo! No, I thought that he said feng shui the first time he said it as well, but I read it again and realized that I was wrong. Okay, so Nikic is about to go blasting, unless we do a little bit of something. Oh, of course you guard against that. Of course you guard against that. Ibuki needs to stay alive. Stay alive. As does Mash. Castoria, go ahead and throw everything on Ibuki at this point. You're probably dead in the water. Or Sky, I guess. You know, I would love to crit game. Would be very much appreciated. Oh, no, you're not. And hey, look at that. So her NP is literally calling upon the three-headed dragon she slew. That's pretty metal. Let's be honest here, that's pretty damn slick. Calling upon the dead foe that you murderized as your NP, using his strength for your own. True. Very, very true. Mash, draw the focus here. And Mash, it's time to blast. Mashu blast in time. Brave Mashu chain. Not bad damage. Not bad at all. Ash survived. Let's reduce Ibuki's skill cooldowns by that much. That'll do. And then let's just get some protection up here. Bye, Castoria. Sadly, I kind of knew you were going to go. You don't think you're going to do the raids? Oh, why is that? Oh, Dragon Allies. That'll actually help Ibuki. If I can remember to press the right buttons, at least. The raids were stressful. I'm very curious as to why that might be the case. I know for sure that given that the first raid was made available whenever the servers came back up, and that, excuse me, most people who raid probably don't read the story, that the first raid is probably already done and dusted at this point. But I am curious, because I should be able to make it to the second
状
raid,
況
at
終了
least.
排熱そして充電に移行しますねマスター
Raids are always stressful. I guess to a degree I can agree with that. Wind Sorcery, Taigong. I managed to limit her mobility, but only temporarily. Now let's see. Lady Ibuki. On it. Mash, give me a foothold. Right, here, use my shield as a springboard. Thanks. Okay, here goes. Take Noble Phantasm. Overarm Octo-Pulsing Billow. A new NP? She said it was a fake, so I think she's just going to charge. I'll open up the magical energy connection all the way. They get a strong charge. Flying Earth Dragon. No fair, but it is beautiful. I see your resolve and your bravery. The perfect way to decide the winner. Bring it. Brilliant. You did a great job of piercing my mount's wing. I'm impressed. See, I can just barely stay aloft now. Your teamwork was as excellent as your swordplay. Unless I have Taigong heal my mount's wing, or let him use his spirit form to rest, I won't be able to stay in the air. You win, Chaldea. Now, for the time being, let's get back on the ground. Sounds good. This new fake Noble Phantasm technique really takes a lot out of me. You spun around 8 times mid-air while charging her. That just sounds hilarious. She did a barrel roll to an extreme degree. Using my full strength is kind of tiring. Alright, take it slow, nice and easy. Good idea. Whew. And I'm sure Koyan wasn't just watching us essentially have a dogfight mid-air or anything like that. Totally not. There we go. Good work, my mount. Stay in your spirit form until you feel better. Now then. You Chaldeans are pretty good. Foo-foo! Phew, I'm glad things worked out, but this time, but my poor heart wouldn't. But thank you for not doing this kind of thing again. I know that laugh. You've learned nothing here, have you? Not to worry, my good man. I won't let her pull that stunt again. Besides, she was mainly just showing off here. And heroic spirits don't generally feel a need to prove their strength twice, do they? True, demonstrating how strong you are in battle is a simple and effective negotiation tactic. Though I'll also say I'm glad we had your help for this one. Thanks, Taigong. Not at all. My goodness, Lady Dobranya. Once you make up your mind, you don't change it for anything, do you? You certainly are a willful young warrior. Are you calling me selfish? Because I'm not. Talk about the pot calling the kettle black. Yeah? Yeah. Aw. How about we set this stuff aside for now, shall we? Besides, people didn't even have notions of psychological ideas like ego when we were alive. Foo, 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 Merle, foo! Ow! Stop that, foe! What's gotten into you, huh? He's just like Merlin. That doesn't matter. Besides, it's insulting both him and Merlin to assume they're like. Foe. Mo. Mo, mo, mo. He's got an anteater. This is what he rode into battle. His anteater. This is his mount. It's an anteater. Clearly. There, you see? Even the oh no, it's a tapir. A tapir. What is a tapir? A tapir. Tapir are large herbivorous mammals belonging to the family of Tapiridae. They are similar in shape to a pig with a short prehensile nose trunk. They inhabit the jungle and forest regions of South and Central America and Southeast Asia. So it's a tapir, not an anteater. Huh? A tapir. Mo. Mo mo. Fo. Mo mo mo. When did his mount turn into this? It does have a pure white hind, yes. I don't know, but he looks adorable. Oh yes, this is my little Cebu Zhang. This is what he looks like when he's not in battle mode. Mo mo. It's nice to meet you, Cebu Zhang. Mo mo mo. Oh my, that's odd. He's usually so shy around strangers. Maybe his personality changes when he's a noble phantasm. Fascinating. Anyway, if we may put Cebu Zhang aside for now, my good Chaldeans, we have a lot to discuss. As I'm sure you suspect, Dobronya and I have materialized in this territory before you arrived. As heroic spirits on the side of humanity, we naturally did so to destroy the being that lies at its heart. I believe we know a good deal more about this place than you do, and we would be happy to serve as your guides. However, there is unfortunately still a lot we don't know about you. All we really know is that you're an organization that fights for humanity. We have no idea about the trials you've overcome to date, your current situation, or anything pertaining to the 6 lost belts you've taken down. So before we go any further, I would like to suggest that we both share what we know. How about it? I see. Yes, that sounds great. We could really use all the information we can get right now. What Mash said. Exposition dump time, where we tell you about how we genocided 5 different populations. I see. Those 6 lost belts were really something. So that's why there are 6 of them here. That explains quite a lot. Thank you very much. Now I can better explain what's going on here. I know there may not be much point in saying this now, after the fact, but I'm in charge, so I need to say it anyway. Soul, Chirolite, do you really think field ops agents should be so forthcoming? It would be one thing if we didn't have any information at all, but to share so many things we do know so easily with any heroic spirits you've just met is... Come on, Chubbs. This ain't Soul and Mash's first rodeo. They know what they're doing. They believe they can trust these servants, and they want to. That's why they're taking the shortest possible path to get there, exchanging information. They wouldn't do that unless they were confident in those servants' character. Right, guys? Yeah. They seem legit. Well, Yes. I'm very happy you're so keen on the idea of exchanging information, but I was hoping to make a little deal first, actually. You see, there's actually something I'd like to take care of before sharing valuable intel. I see. I don't really know what they're talking about, so I think it's snack time. Want some Cebu Zhang? Moo moo. Maybe he'd prefer carrots over jerky. Why did I even bring carrots with me? Oh well. Okay, here you go. Some nice, yummy carrots. Oh, made crunching noises for me. Well, you've got one heck of an appetite, don't you? You idiot. Ugh. Look, my dragon and Cebu Zhang are getting bored because you can't get it to the damn point. I can't believe they... Is that like a stock soundbite or something? Because that's hilarious if so. Look, doesn't he have a hearty appetite? Diddly foo! You've got me there. You're right, I messed up. Just look at Cebu Zhang go to town on those carrots. Alright, I understand. I'll get straight to the point then. That said, this is sort of a thorny issue, and one we'll have to confront sooner or later. You see, there's a place I'd like to show you all to the best share information we have. But the quickest way to get there requires us to cut through an incredibly powerful creature's lair. When I say incredibly powerful, I mean something that makes those giants you fought earlier look like nothing. Ah. So we're gonna have to fight this thing. Indeed. We'll need to eliminate this creature if I'm going to safely show you around the place I'd like you all to see. Besides, we also need to whittle the enemy's forces down at some point. So what do you say, Geldeans? I leave the decision in your hands. If that's what Taigong wants to do, I'll go along with it. I'm with you. Whatever you decide, of course, Master. Master, let's go. Besides, I want to hear everything he has to say. He clearly has some info he wants to share. Right, then it's settled. Come along then, this will be our first operation together. I kind of think I might be late to the first operation. You know, incredibly powerful creature that tells me raid? Super unit base south. Something tells me this was the first raid. Oh, the weather outside is frightful. Blush is making it very hard to see. Please hold on to me, Master. This is no ordinary weather. And then there's the... lightning, huh? Yep, lightning. Hang on, what's past lightning? A mountain? No, it's not a mountain. Now I get it. So they got that kind of stuff here too. Huh. Maybe that's why I'm here. This is all so messed up. First of many indeed. That's right, that's no mountain. It's someone you're very familiar with. A being who commands lightning and blizzards, and who commands incredible magical energy. Of the various kings who's disappeared into the rift, some of them peacefully, some of them kicking and screaming. He was the first. Ivan. Ivan the Terrible, the Wandering Glacier. Are we seriously going to have to fight each of the 5 Lost Belt big bosses? 6 Lost Belt big bosses? Actually, I don't know who would be the 6th Lost Belt's big boss. Cernunnos? I hope not. Because that's just going to be painful. Ivan the Terrible, the Wandering Glacier. No way. No wonder I never summoned him. Not that I ever tried, but still. That's right, a complete recreation of Ivan the Terrible constructed entirely from magical energy. Of course, I only learned his actual name earlier when you told me about the Lost Belts, but never mind that now. At any rate, the unfortunate truth of the matter is, he's been made into one of Daji's weapons. At present, he's one of the single strongest creatures in this place, and he's guarding his base. And that, I'm sure you can imagine, is quite the conundrum. Yeah, I can see that. He's strong and heavy. Very heavy. Did I mention strong? And to make matters worse, he'll even leave his base to lend his aid to other areas if he's needed. Which, for all intents and purposes, makes him an incredible pain in the ass. Indeed. Wow, I'm amazed. You guys are planning to take down that thing on? That's great. Those 3 giant generals earlier were exciting, but this? Wow. I like you guys. This will definitely be worth the hard work. What do you think, Master? Me going all out won't kill you, right? And if that's what it takes to defeat the Lightning Czar again, you're not going to be doing it, Ibuki. I'll go even harder. Just don't blame me if you run out of magical energy, okay? Fo! It's okay, Fo. I always keep a close eye on Senpai's magical energy levels. Fo! I'll have Orochi hold that big elephant down. Then you guys hit him with everything you've got. Right. I'm ready for battle. Habatrot, can you help? I'm up again, huh? You got it. Whoa, why did it get so cold? Ah, who cares? Don't worry. I'm not gonna let a frost bring me down. I'll make sure the Black Girl's okay too. Huh? I didn't know you had another small friend. And you mean business too. Not bad. Alright, everyone, let's get him. Alright, let's see if my guesses about the raid already being done are legit, or is the raid somehow still going? Dun dun. Dun dun. Dun dun. Dun dun. I think the raid's done. Yeah, the raid's done and I can't even do anything. Wow, that's kind of anticlimactic. Oh, that is so anticlimactic. I did indeed. I did indeed. I got me... Oh, stretch. I got me Debranya, and I got me 2 copies of Taigong. Hey, Scotty. Welcome to the stream. Guess the end of stream now because I don't have anything else I can do. But the next raid starts in 2.5 hours. I guess I will be up and about doing that. Probably not going to stream it, though, just because... Yeah, it's going to be... It'll be hard to... It's not really fun to stream a raid situation, you know, it's just the same thing over. Excuse me, and over and over and over. Oh, it's the first one. The first one hasn't even gone live yet. Okay, that's actually really good to hear. Thank you for that information, Scotty. Thank you kindly. But I do think that this is going to be where I call tonight's stream of FGO. Like I said, I'll be doing the raid off-stream then. Possibly be doing most of them off-stream, though it does sound like there is some story points in between, so that's going to make it a little difficult. But we'll figure it out. But for now, I've been Soulrack Dragon. I hope you've enjoyed today's stream. If you have, leave me some feedback, whichever way you so see fit. If you want to check out more by me, be sure to check out my channel here on Twitch or YouTube. Same name, same games. There is plenty of content for you all to enjoy. Once again, thank you so much for coming out. I hope you enjoyed. Have a fantastic evening, everybody. And J6, I just need to use the restroom real quick, so I will be with you in a little bit.